All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I also want to say Shalom, much due honors and respect to you brothers out there that's also laboring in this work, continuing to push out this gospel in all diligence, all truth, faith, and sincerity. So yeah, this video centered around this article that you see on the screen, which reads, Trump furious that Tillerson overshadowed his Vegas trip, so he may replace him with CIA director report, right? This is a telltale sign, all right, that so-called white man is falling out of power. This is also prophecy, all right? See, what you're witnessing right now is the implosion of Esau, man, all right? Because the Heavenly Father is going to strategically and surgically take this man out of power. He's going to take him from the inside out, all right? He's going to destroy the very fabric of Esau. Because when you see on any level a schism, all right, between the body, whether it's in sports or, you know, your opponent, your enemy at war, when you see a difference, all right, there's differences between anyone, then that means they're vulnerable, all right? And right now, the so-called white man is at his most vulnerable state since he was crawling on all fours in the Caucasus Mountains, man, all right? Which this is a subtle sign with the Most High is showing us by way of these devils at each other's throat on all levels, man, all right? You got, you know, the Republicans and Democrats going at each other, all right? Even amongst Trump's cabinet, you see this bickering going back and forth. And this vibration is rested in America, man. That spirit of division is all throughout America. The Most High is intensifying that division between these races, all right? That tension between so-called whites and black is at an all-time high, all right? So this is all the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, before I read this article, let me get a quick precept. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 2, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? And the modern day Egyptians is you Americans, man. That spirit of division is heavy right now in America, all right? And if you don't believe that this is the modern day Egypt, well, pull out a dollar bill and ask yourself why there's an ancient Egypt pyramid on it, man. Or these different places where you got ancient Egypt relics, like obelisks up in Washington, D.C., yeah, because this is modern day Egypt, all right? The first Egypt was the place of our first captivity, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. Well, America, which is modern day Egypt, is the last captivity for our people, man. So the Most High is pouring out that spirit of division out here, man. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? So this is all the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai when you see things like this. All right, so let's go into this article. It said, President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson composite image. President Donald Trump is reportedly still fuming about his Secretary of State calling him a moron. See? And this is petty, man, which proves that this is the spirit of the Lord, all right? This is just petty bullshit, man. All right. Axios reports that Trump is considering forcing Secretary of State Rex Tillerson out of his administration and replacing him with a current CIA director, Mike Pompeo, whom Trump is reportedly more comfortable dealing with on a regular basis. Axios sources say that Trump is furious that Tillerson didn't explicitly deny that he called Trump a moron this week, and that any hope of getting the two men to come to some kind of understanding has been completely dashed. See, that's spiritual. They've been separated, man. Yahweh Shah said he come to bring a sword, all right, which is an instrument to dash in pieces or separate. Insiders say Trump's relationship with Tillerson is broken beyond repair, Axios reports. We're told Trump was furious that Tillerson didn't try to blunt the story about him calling the president a moron by by just going out and denying it. Trump was also reportedly angry that Tillerson moron comment overshadowed footage of him trying to comfort shooting victims in Las Vegas. After what Trump considered a strong trip to Vegas, he seethed when he got back and saw Tillerson gaffle dominating cable news coverage. Actually, is right. Everywhere he flipped, that was Tillerson's face instead of his. Right. So that's pretty much petty, but it's the Most High, man. All right, bringing this place down. This is all prophecy. All right. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 26. Well, I start at verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto him, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Right? And this is what you see happening with America, which is prophecy. And if Satan cast out Satan, which is the so-called white man, he is divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand? See? So this kingdom cannot stand because they are divided. All right? This is the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Right. That's impossible. So these Americans who all, fixated on saying America become great again and all that madness rhetoric that they spewing out, well, it's impossible, man. Even if you're not biblical or you don't believe the scriptures, well, on any level, if two people is not agreed, it's going to come to naught. All right? So with that, shalom.